Welcome by Pyanodons with alternative energy. 470 hours already walkthrough base tour. The last episode we were still busy with molten steel for the stainless steel. We had the stainless steel running, but it was the liquid molten steel we steal from my casting, my steel plate casting temporarily. So we have to finish that because that is a lots of molten steel what we need. And what are we doing? We are doing that here. We are that time. Not here. We are doing it. And you see, it is huge. And this is only necessary for a full belt with stainless steel. 300 units. I don't know how they count, what kind of units that are. From 300 units at least for one belt stainless steel. And normally one belt of steel only consumed 60. So it is 5 times more what we need than for steel. Okay, we are in the last phase, by the way, because this I think what I remember, we made already enough iron, molten iron, and from the molten iron we have to make molten steel. We do that here with coke. We need coke, and for fuel I use coal. And to produce the coke, because you need 60 coke, 4 lines, 4 belts full with coke. We do that with tar. From tar we convert that in coke and heavy oil. Heavy oil is also a product what we need. It's not a waste product, absolutely not. Is always welcome. We need that here for other materials to make, for other, if I'm good for zinc and at least for titanium, because that is the next step, titanium. Where I'm going to talk about. Okay, this is the coke. It is not running, you see, because I don't consume any plate of stainless steel right now. But if this starts running, I'm very scared, because if you look, this is the titanium, by the way, the stainless steel, if you look the power consumption from this, only this one consumes already 1.1 gigawatt. Then we have another one that are the centrifuges, this one, and there is another 1.2 gigawatt. The rest is allemaal een beetje a little bit normal, but these are the biggest users, consumers from electricity. That is already together 2.3 gig. And right now we are not using too much electricity. We are using 3.5. And I'm gonna run out of power, I'm afraid, for my windmills. I have more windmills, by the way. I can place more windmills, and I have to do that also before I start up everything. And what's going to consume the stainless steel? Special the red belt, because we're gonna work for the red belt. Okay, that's this was just the story from the liquid steel. Everything is running, it's working, but it is not consuming anything, so it is allemaal waiting for orders. The next step, what I did, and that's already a long, I have to long request for me, but I always delay that, and that is another recipe for the titanium. Because the titanium we use a very the oldest recipe what there is, and that is gewoon mining and melting, and that's it. So we make a new not this one, a new one, and this one is, by the way, this one have to be up, down, but this, the sequence is not helemaal. But in short, the sequence is not really logic, because the first one is natuurlijk the casting that is supposed to be on the top, and where is the casting? Where is the casting? Here is the casting. This have to be on the top. We need molten titanium dus. Molten titanium that comes from two products, but we get the same time. This is also a little bit tricky. We made it from titanium and enriched dust, and we made it from concentrated titanium. These two products we get the same time. This one we get from powdered titanium, and this one we get from high-grade titanium. There's a whole process. It is, I don't gonna explain everything. And there is one product, by the way, what we have not yet a recipe unlocked, so we have to throw that away. And it's waste, sayang, I know, but you have no choice. This one, I was made start already with this factory, but I stopped because I need a jig concentrator, and this jig concentrator need stainless steel. So now we have stainless steel, we can finish the production, the new recipe for the titanium. Okay, this recipe needs this one, methyl isobutyl carbinol. En dat krijgen we, dat is een heel story by the way, because we need copper, we need petroleum gas, and we need aceton. Aceton we have already, because we get aceton from, I think, a recipe that made also aromatics, and the waste product, and at least that was a waste product, is aceton. This one we have to make. We need dus petroleum gas. Petroleum gas we make from aromatics with hydrogen. Yeah. Now casting, that is easy peasy natuurlijk, that is not the problem. So we first have to make the isobutyl. Hoe heet dat? Isobutyl carbinol. Isobutyl carbinol. Here is the whole section from the isobutyl carbinol. This is the petroleum gas, hydrogen, and how you call it, aromats. Hydrogen, we don't have enough hydrogen, I find out on the line, so we make a factory for the hydrogen here. Later on, we have, of course, we have enough hydrogen, because hydrogen, if the stainless steel, for example, start running, then it produces a lot of hydrogen, because I need only the oxygen, and the hydrogen I put on the bus. Simple is it. And what is too much, that I throw away. Okay, dit is the, now we walk even naar the, I show you then, because it's quite a complicated recipe, but it's very efficient. Because on the end you need only, let me see, how many ore? 18 ore. Well, in the other recipe, we now, I don't know how many I need, but I harvest a lot, and I get not even a half belt, or a 1/4 belt, I think, in return for it. This is complete full. If it is running, it is now also not really running. It was running until the belt and every factory is filled, and it is the case now. Het is even wandelen, because it is far, and here we are. Now, first of all, of course, we have to harvest it with fluid mine and with aceton. Acetylene, sorry, not aceton, acetylene. With acetylene, crushed it, This is also not running now because it is full everything. Simple is it. Crush it, make a grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, that story. And then we get the rejects and the rejects, what I tell you already. Why is it not working, by the way? Because that have no recipe. Wait, I need a recipe to work. This one is a tricky. Because I find out, and I did not do that yet, but I can tell you, you run out of gravel for the casting. Because it produced not enough stone and gravel, this recipe. So you have to add a little bit stone, a little bit gravel, a little bit sand, any kind. Otherwise you run out. It cannot cast anymore. This one is with limestone, so I make limestone here. Heavy oil, that is with a heavy oil, what I told you already, what we make, for example, van de molten steel. Dan krijgen we dit recipe. This is dus the powered titanium, what I show you in this one. And then we get dus the titanium enriched dust. 50% rejects. En van die rejects you make, if it is good, titanium grade 3. Nee, dat is not van die rejects. Kijk, want dit zijn de twee recipes. These are the two recipes that make liquid molten titanium. And this recipe is the limestone with the concentrated titanium. And this one is the titanium enriched dust with limestone. These are different from this. Yeah, you have two different products, but well the same factory. And then you get this molten, and this produces the titanium enriched dust. And this one here produces the high concentrated titanium van high grade titanium powder, and you get some Nixilix in return. That the Nixilix, raw Nixilix, I stack temporarily, and the oxide, iron oxide, I throw away now. This one come from here. That is come from the pulp here, and the stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. That is this story, and then what I told you, you have to throw away this one, because this one there is no recipe for yet. Later in the game, in other research, you can use it, and that is useful, because you can also make liquid titanium on the end. But right now I cannot use it, so I have to throw away it, otherwise it gets stuck up. Okay, dit was het. For the rest, I upgrade lots of things, and I make it running, and it was a headache, because my where we all do it for, of course, is for the research, and that is terrible. Right now, it is terrible. You see, and this is the bottleneck. And the bottleneck is again and again and again, and it's every time the same. Is it rubber? And we get a hard time straks later if we're going to make the parts what I working for, because the parts I need it also for the advanced part, this one. I need that for the belt, red belt, and that need 2 belts. And this belt, that is a headache, because this belt needs 2 rubber for 1 belt. Means to say, I have already not enough rubber for my research right now, so I have to upgrade something, but I don't know what anymore. For as now, the formic acid is the problem, and I don't know why, because I upgrade already so many van die fraux, because that is fraux. Die formic acid is gewoon simpel fraux. and there is not too many coming, I know. But I also upgrade the Vrouws to Mark II, and that consumes lots of cocons that I cannot use. This is also stuck up, by the way, I see. The problem is the Vrouws. This. And I already start to make here, I'm gonna continue here, to produce more and more, and I don't know how to get more and more from this one, because it is terrible to get this one, that formic acid. That is right now is the bottleneck for the rubber. Okay, I stop now. I like to ask if you like to subscribe, please do that. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you the next episode where I'm gonna continue with working for the advanced parts, and a lot of upgrading, of course. Thank you for watching again, and I hope to see you the next tour, the 480 hours tour.